Hi guys, Jean here. Welcome. In today's video, I'm so excited. First, because my set has changed. If you have noticed, I used to have this crazy yellow wall and I used to forget how to white balance my wall, so all my videos had this like yellow cast, and I'm so happy that I was able to paint my wall white over the weekend in a bit to just try and improve like my whole YouTube strategy or my YouTube content. In this video, I want to talk about productivity. It's one of my best topics. I really love to talk about productivity, and I believe somebody who is productive is somebody who has agency over what is happening in their lives from day to day. I believe productivity is about knowing what is going into the hours, what is going into the day, what is going into the week, and also the months and also the year. I believe we've all set our yearly goals. Yes, our yearly goals may have been disrupted by coronavirus, but we can still adjust as we go. So I also believe that we have our quarterly goals. For example, I set my goals into quadrants, which is first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. So what I do is I decide what do I want this quarter in relation to my yearly goals. Apart from that, you will discover that what you do every week is what is going to account for your yearly goals. So it's what it's going to determine whether your 2020 has been a successful year or a fail. Obviously, there are things that are beyond our control, but I believe that every Sunday you should just sit down with yourself, have a notebook, and write things down. I believe there is power in writing things down, like moving things from your mind to paper is always one of the best things to do, and it has helped me so much. Even when times I was stuck in a rut, times I was overwhelmed, it helped me really simplify and break down things into bite-sized pieces. So I use a specific prompt that I have gathered over Pinterest, over my financial gurus that I follow all over the internet, and it's something I've been doing over the years. So this is something I've been doing since 2014. I won't tell you that every Sunday I'm very faithful to do it, but it's something I've introduced in 2020. So the prompt that I use is something that I will share for free. I believe in being generous. I want to share it for free so that you can also get to plan your weeks with me. Anyway, so this prompt has a series of questions. So I have 6 questions that I really ask myself every week, together with writing my to-do list. And let's start with the first question. The first question I ask myself is, what were my wins for the previous week? In this prompt, I always take a notebook. I have this really nice notebook that I got from Jamison when I think I did not a campaign, but I don't know what I did, and I was given this notebook, and it's not dotted, but it's ruled, and it has so many of my weekly prompts. In fact, it has so many things that I've written on this book, like weekly things, monthly goals, blah blah. So what I do is I take my notebook, I have a session with myself, and I write all those things down. So I write what were my biggest wins. For example, last week, I think one of my biggest wins was working out. I haven't been able to work out over the last like few weeks, I should say, especially since the pandemic started. It has been really difficult for me to start getting in the swing of things, of working out. And working out is that one domino that just helps me like continue, having a productive life. I feel like when I work out, I eat well, I'm in a right mindset, I meditate, I write, I'm just this ball of energy, and I like that about me. And it all starts with working out. So I'm so happy like I worked out. So that's a small win in some people's books, but in my book, that's a big win. The next win is I was featured in the newspaper. Woo-hoo. I was so happy. They talked about my journey. It is a very nice story. If you could grab the Standard, if I get the link to that newspaper, I'll definitely link it down below. But for me, that's a major win. Being featured in the newspaper is no easy feat. I believe I'm still on the journey. I am not yet there yet. I'm not a template of what success should look like. In fact, in that paper, I'm talking about how imperfect my life is, and how imperfect my search has been, and how I've had to try a million things to find my job. So those are 2 of my wins. So if you even have little wins, like I managed to get out of bed, write it down. I made a smoothie on Tuesday, write it down. Also in this question, I like to write about my gratitude. What am I grateful for? For example, I would write today, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for my friends, I'm grateful for God just giving me resources to be able to share my gift with the world. So such things, write them down. I know you have all these things in your head, but trust me, when you write them down, I don't know what exactly happens. It's just like you bring them to fruition, you bring them to the world, and it feels so good to write your thoughts on paper. The next question is, what worked out and what didn't work out? Here is where I like to write everything bare. Like, let's say on Tuesday I stayed watching Modern Family, or instead of sleeping early I slept at 11, while I like to sleep at 9:30 or at 10 so that I get up at 5 or at 4. So such things, you could definitely write them down. Or you could say that, oh, on this day I really ate a lot of food and my stomach was bloated, so such things. Or in this time I really procrastinated and I wasn't able to fulfill my task. Those are things you really need to note down so that in the coming week you will not carry them to the following week. And then here I also like to write my to-do list. So I have a list on Trello. Trello is one of the best apps that I use for productivity. Let me know if you want a Trello tutorial. I really love it. I can be able to access it on my phones, I can be able to access it on my devices, so that's good. So I have a to-do list of things I'm trying to do this week. For example, on my work tasks, what am I trying to do? I list them down. In this step, I try not to overwhelm myself. I start with the highest task first, so I really try not to overwhelm myself with so many things. Even if it's things like I need to shop, I need to meal prep on Thursdays, I meal prep on Sundays and Thursdays, so I need to include that. Today is Sunday, I've meal prepped, but for the Thursday one I need to include it in my weekly plan. So that's the second one. The third one is things I'm looking forward to this week. I have special dates that I'm always looking forward to. I also have webinars that I need to really write about. I have dates on when things are due, when you need to pay for different bills in the house, when you need to send money to somebody or stuff like that. So I always make sure I write those notes down. For example, this week I have a copywriting client who I need to send copy for. I also have my job which I need to work in, and there's some tasks that I've written down. So I try to write all those in my notebook and then I transfer them to Trello, and then through the week I am just ticking them down. I also check for dates and appointments. For example, you might have special dates that you've forgotten. You might have birthdays, colleague dates, anniversaries and stuff like that. So make sure you also check so that you have that in mind. I also have special dates for my content. For example, I have dates for wine stuff that I need to remember, like Pinotage Day or National Wine Day. Those are things that I really need to keep my mind on top of so that I know, am I making content for this ahead of time? So that's also another thing that I look forward to. The next thing I ask myself is, what is the scope of my goals? In this part of my weekly plan, I just go through my goals. I don't even go through in detail because I know them now. I'm also going through this thing of manifesting and trying to make what I'm thinking about happen. So I believe in looking at my goals every week, if not every day. I also like to look at my vision board. My vision board is just here on my laptop. It's actually my screensaver. So I try to look at that through the week and decide, okay, how are my goals going? What do I want? Do I need to adjust anything? And also looking at your yearly goals. How far are you with your yearly goals? You know how people divide their yearly goals in terms of financial goals, fitness goals, all that. So you need to have a look, have a bird's eye view on how your yearly goals are, quarterly, monthly, weekly, then daily goals are going. So yeah, it's a long process, but it takes me anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. I have perfected the art of breezing quickly and noting down in point form in my journal. So that helps me stay on top of things. The next thing is I now look at my content calendar. Apart from working in my full-time job, I also have my own content things that I'm doing. I always create content. So I need to check, what am I posting on YouTube today? Do I have any videos ready? What am I doing today? What am I posting this week? So I try, if I've not had my content ready, I try not to overwhelm myself. I try to make it, I'd rather post things on Monday, Wednesday and Friday instead of trying to post things every day. And nowadays I've really ease the process of my content. If I don't feel like posting, it's okay. However, I'm trying to raise a brand awareness, and in this video where I talked about how to grow a brand, one of the things that I mentioned was consistency. So I'm really trying to grow my consistency, and this is something I'm really trying to put in my weekly plan. The next thing is obviously self-care, and I check, okay, what do I need this week to really take care of myself? This is something I do throughout the day on Sunday, so it's not something I decide, oh my god, it's 6, okay, I need to self-care today. No, I do this process maybe around 5 and 6. So obviously during the day I have made my hair, made my nails, you know, washed my hair, done everything, cleaned my clothes, laundry, house, and all that stuff, and I've done my self-care. So self-care is something I'm really looking for ways to incorporate, especially even with this pandemic. Like, the things that really just set my soul on fire, it could be just reading like a book, it could be watching a film, an inspirational thing. So I really try to do that on Sunday. Another thing I'm trying to bring back is that I have an accountability partner, and I'm trying to like, I have actually two. This is so funny. One is more of general life stuff. So we normally Skype with her every week, and we ask ourselves, okay, how is your week going? How is stuff going? But you know, the normal motions of life, it's been like weeks we've not talked with her. I also have another accountability partner for content, where we just Skype for a short time. That has also dropped by, and we had set our time like on Sundays at 6. So we would do it for 10 minutes, like, hey, how was your week, blah blah blah, very quickly, or 20 minutes, very quickly catch up. We had a system, and that is how I plan for my week. There are things that are not perfect. I'm really looking forward to perfect. And yeah, let me know down below if you want another video, or like in detail on how exactly I plan my week, or how we can actually plan with me, to the point where you're seeing what I'm writing, you're seeing what I'm feeling in my Trello and all that. I have a free downloadable for you, so that you can see all the things that I've talked about in this video, and you can print it. I will do it in an A4 size. So if you have a printer at home, or you have a local printer, you can go print it. You can print it in color, black and white. It will be amazing for you, and you can print like 10 of them and then fill them through the week. However, you can also see the cards that I've put with the questions, and just use that to write in your notebook. Anyway guys, let me know whether it helped you. Let me know whether you love my new set. I'm still improving my set. I'm still trying to fix a few things here and there. I am looking to upgrade my videos. Even today I did my makeup to try and just upgrade my videos. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.